to our meeting and go ahead and ask for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, may I please ask for a roll call?
Supervisor Riley.
Present.
Clerk Hansaldi.
Present.
Treasurer Epikin.
Present.
Trustee Urda Thompson.
Present.
Trustee Jaffer.
Present.
Trustee Braybeck. Trustee Mills.
Present.
Madam Chair, you have 6 members present.
Thank you. May I ask for an approval of the agenda?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the agenda for March 25th, 2026.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the agenda is approved as presented. We'll go ahead and open it up for public comment and board response. Any person may come forward at this time to address the board. Anyone who wishes to speak is requested but not required to state his or her name and address for the record.
Hello, Christina Laronis, 151 East Textile Road. I wanted to talk to you again about ceasing your actions on this ill-advised tax increment finance authority known as the Corridor Improvement Authority. It's a bad idea. I'm hoping that you will at some point raise up your heads and put an end to this. I understand that sometimes you feel like you've started to put one foot in front of the other and this is inevitable, or you've been given information by staff and you don't feel that you're knowledgeable enough perhaps to understand what it is and why you shouldn't be doing it. You've gotten bad advice and it's not a good plan. This has been tried before in this exact corridor in Pittsfield Township, and it was a bad idea then. I do have to pull up my all the things that I came to say to that board at that time. I'm not sure, was anybody here then at the same time? I think the clerk was here right at the very end. It would not have been Trustee Urda Thompson, because Trustee Urda Thompson was on the board when I was on the board. And in our township, up until the time of Supervisor Mandy Graywall, none of these would ever have been done. They're a bad idea financially. It marked almost the beginning of the end of our comfortable time in Pittsfield Township, where we really always had more than enough money. Money would go into reserves. I was just stunned at how money just started to bleed away in this township, and we seemed to be constantly broke. And then the taxes had to keep being increased and increased and increased. In the 8 years that I was on the board, we never increased the total millage rate. In fact, we lowered it twice, and we had comfortable reserves. And then by the time Supervisor Graywall's tenure ended, we had the lowest amount of reserves in our general fund that we have ever had. It was really to a dangerous point. So you're taking advice from the past and from individuals that worked with the administration in the past. That is bad advice. And I just want to try to help you with this. If there's anything that I can do to help you with this. I live in this township. I don't want to see it keep going down the wrong path financially. It shouldn't be. This is one of the wealthiest townships in Washtenaw County. When you take and create a tax capture district, it's number one, a very expensive process. You have to do quite a few publications. You have a lot of legal involvement. There's typically consultants that you're paying to do magical maps on CAD systems and present them to you. You create a board that's called the Corridor Improvement Authority, and while the individuals may not be paid, they're typically very, very wealthy business owners that have businesses along the corridor that are going to benefit by stealing money from our special voted millages. There is never a way to take money from a special voted millage, like the park millage, like the public safety millage, like the library millages that are special voted millages. There's never a way to strip money away from that other than through one of these tax capture districts. And these districts include DDAs, they include any sort of a TIFA, corridor improvement authorities. I'd say the only instance where it sort of makes sense is in a brownfield redevelopment plan where the actual site that's getting redeveloped, you do some tax capture after. But to cut a wide swath down State
minute.
Street and pull away the incremental increase year over year and put it into an artificial structure. So before the money even hits the coffer, it's being siphoned off into a separate fund that you're allowed to use only for this secondary intergovernmental entity that is neither elected nor responsible to the people of the township. These are individuals that sit on this corridor improvement authority that have no accountability to the people of the township. Please do not do this. You could easily take the exact same amount of money without creating an artificial tax capture district that you're not going to be able to get rid of easily, if at all. And you're going to put that money into an entity that then spends the money.
Time.
So I don't think I'm being clear, but could I just finish by saying, please don't do this. This is a terrible idea, and all you need to do is Google tax increment finance opposition and library directors, school officials. You'll find it everywhere. It's a terrible idea. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is any board response?
Not at this time.
This time, okay. I will go ahead and ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held on March 11th, 2026.
Okay, we have discussion.
Madam Chair, I would like to make an amendment to the motion because the minutes need to be corrected, and the correction would be the second sentence, and I put out the correction on the board table so that they could see what I'm saying. But the second sentence would be revised as followed. The following things would be stricken. She will be in contact with the residents to see if there is, and then added, this resident will be contacted and would relook at the residence, and then it will go on. So that is the correction, and I would like to make a friendly amendment to our motion, and if I could get a second?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion, the minutes are approved as amended. All right, now we get to the good stuff. We get to the proclamation recognizing the 2025 Department of Public Safety Firefighter of the Year. And we're going to call up our Chief of Fire to present that.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Whereas each January, members of the Public Safety Department may nominate a police officer and firefighter of the year from their respective groups in recognition of their overall outstanding performance during the prior year. And whereas the awardee must be a peer who has demonstrated an excellent service record over the past year and who is respected by his or her peers for professionalism, commitment to duty, and dedication to serving and protecting the community, while also demonstrating the highest level of respect and dignity to all persons. And whereas Fire Marshal John DeCaro has been awarded the 2025 Firefighter of the Year for his leadership and dedication to protecting the community. Fire Marshal DeCaro has been instrumental in enhancing safety throughout the township by building the community risk reduction program from the ground up. Through these efforts, Fire Marshal DeCaro continues to demonstrate the highest level of dedication and leadership, preventing emergencies before they occur and representing the best qualities of our organization. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Pittsfield Charter Township Board of Trustees hereby express its sincere appreciation to Police Officer of the Year Derek Monaser and Firefighter of the Year Fire Marshal John DeCaro for their commitment and dedication to the service to the citizens of Pittsfield Charter Township. Congratulations, John.
We have everybody kind of come up and do a picture up here. We could bring everybody up. Would that be okay? Just kind of bring everybody here, and we can do a picture all together as a group. We'll just
Come
kind of
on down.
stand back here, and you guys can. Definitely love that.
We're good at the work harder part.
Come on, Pam.
Let the firefighters.
All right.
We get that squared away, lined up, all right?
Thank you. I did forget to mention that we had no public comment submitted online, and we'll go ahead and move on to no communications. Ask for a motion for the consent agenda.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda 7.1 through 7.8.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the consent agenda is, motion passes. I don't think we have any department reports, so we'll move on to new business. May I ask for a motion for 9.1?
Madam Chair, I move to adopt resolution to make reappointments to township boards, commissions, and committee. Resolution number 2607.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one? May I ask for a roll call, please?
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Clerk Ansaldi?
Yes.
Treasurer Epikin?
Yes.
Trustee Urda Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Mills?
Yes.
Madam Supervisor, you have 6 yeas.
Thank you. All right, that is, resolution is passed. May I ask for a motion for 9.2?
Madam Chair, I move to approve the first reading of ordinance number 343 to amend the Pittsfield Charter Township Historic Code by revising Article 1, Chapter 5, Historic District Ordinance.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this? I think the memo kind of explained it pretty well. Okay, a roll call on this one, too?
Clerk Ansaldi?
Yes.
Treasurer Epikin?
Yes.
Trustee Urda Thompson?
Yes.
Trustee Jaffer?
Yes.
Trustee Mills?
Yes.
Supervisor Riley?
Yes.
Madam Chair, you have 6 yeas.
All right, first reading is approved. May I ask for a motion for 9.3?
Madam Chair, I move to correct the time on the proposed public hearing notice for the Corridor Improvement Authority to 6:30 to be held on May 13, 2025.
Second. 26.
Er,
Thank you.
sorry, 2026.
Good catch.
Got it. Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I just want to note, Supervisor, that when the Corridor Improvement Authority stuff came at the last meeting, we had an Exhibit A, which was this notice, but it airs at 6 o'clock instead of 6:30. So I'm just making sure that it's corrected on
Good
the
idea.
record.
Yep, appreciate that. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Unfinished business, we don't have any. Do we have any liaison or trustee reports?
Not at this time.
Okay. I just want to say a couple things that when we first started our meetings, we were doing outside reports and presentations from outside companies. Coming up in the next few months, we're going to have something similar to what we had with public safety with a report on a department. So the building department, our community development department, our Parks and Rec, they'll be coming and kind of giving an overview of what they're doing. I know that a lot of times we're approving purchases for things and items. It's just a good idea to know what's going on. So for the next few months, we're going to have that, and then we'll move into our budget the way we did last year as well, to give everybody, making sure you know what's going on and what we got on the horizon.
Great.
April 1st is when our rubbish turnover goes. Just so you know, there's been a little snafu with picking up of the cans. We're working that out with the prior company, but the new company is still scheduled to start on April 1st. No kidding. And April 4th is our egg hunt over at Montebello from 11 to noon. So if anyone wants to pass that along to anyone interested on that. April 10th is our blood drive from 9 to 2:30 over at our senior center. So, all right, then at this point, I will go ahead and open up public comment 2. And again, any person may come forward at this time to address the board. Anyone who wishes to speak is requested but not required to state his or her name and address for the record. Okay, then I will go ahead and ask for a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair, I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned at 6:46.